This conference will now be recorded.
So good morning all. In the last session we learned about constraints. This is not null, unique and check. Now we are going to learn on primary key. Let's see. Yeah, it's a primary key. So in some cases we require data neither duplicate nor null values to be passed. In that case we use primary key. That is nothing but not null plus unique. And the most important part is only one primary key can be used for one table. There cannot be more than one primary key. There can be number of not nulls, there can be number of unique constraints. In every column we can have this, but primary key only one column. Okay, let's work on these problems, how primary key works. Okay, let's create a table. What do you want me to create? Same, that primary key here instead of nothing. Let's pass one more constant here. Not null. It makes sure we have to enter the name. So two values. So primary key shouldn't take neither duplicate nor unique. Right, nor null. So let's try to pass both the values. This is a duplicate value. Let's say anything here. It's not null. We can pass duplicate here. Okay, unique constraint violated. Now we pass the null value. Null constraint violated. Cannot instant null. So there are two things it is doing, but it is only a one constraint. This is for the first column. This is the second column. Now I've dropped the constraint. Zero, zero. The ID number is still there. I drop a different constraint. You can see here no constraints at all. So if I try to pass the same values which I was passing here, go created. Let's pass the null value. Go created. Did you understand, guys? What is the role of primary key? If you understood, you can go a little more in depth. Respond either on chat box. Yes. And the same concepts work here also for disabling the constraint and enabling the constraints. Okay, that you can try at home. How to disable the constraint, how to enable the constraint, because we have already worked that particular syntax on the different constraint. Yeah. Try it at home. If you don't know, let me know. I will tell you how to do that.
Okay, sir.
So let's work on one exercise I have created yesterday. So let's consider you have been given a task for developing a table. Okay, developing a table of employee table, and this is something, one person is sitting on the, or you can say HR is sitting. The HR generally enters all the values in the table. Okay? Might look like this. Let's make like this. The big table. Okay, they will be entering the employee number. They will be entering the name. Sorry, like they will be entering like this. Designation, software engineer, mobile, random landline, random email, whatever you're told, email, and yeah, and in PF number, yeah, bank number, some bank number, with IFSC code, vendor address. This is general data. So before creating the table, we generally have the softwares in the companies, like they enter the data of a employee or data of anything. So let's take an example of data of an employee. So you need to give the constraint here. You created the table, okay, you created the column. You also given the data type, like here you will give the data type of number. Here you will give the data type of varchar2. Here again number, varchar2, right? Date of joining is there, then let's take that also. The date of joining. Here you give as date as a constant, sorry, data type. So now I want you to tell, you both go unmute, okay? And I want you to tell what kind of constraints I have to start using here for every column. First we can start. Here I will tell what Dinesh says. Here I will type what IFR says. Okay. Let's type. Let's tell me what are the constraints to be used in every column. Go unmute. Start telling me
So can you repeat it, sir? What are the constraints?
See, you are creating a table, okay, for one company. Let's follow one company, and HR is entering the details here. They will enter the details like employee number, name, your salary, designation, mobile names, date of joining, when you have joined. Let's say you are joined today, okay, and landline number and email, PF number, bank number, gender, address. These are the basic details employee will take from you at the time you join. Okay, so you are supposed to give the constraints here while creating the table backend, so that if you give the constraint here as date of varchar, no, sorry, if you give the constraint for an example, primary key of, if they enter the date 10/12/2020, they will never be able to enter the date of 11/12/2020 because it's a primary key. It takes only one value. In such cases, what you will do, you will enter the constraint as not null. Okay, there are people who can join on the same date. There are people who can join on different dates also, but it cannot be a null. There should be a date. It will not accept the uniform. It will not accept the null value. This is the basic concept. For an example, email, email you can give the constraint as unique. Okay, you are not supposed to give the not null, because if you give the not null, there are people who don't have the official emails the moment they join. So this can be a blank. Are you getting my point? While
Yes,
creating
sir.
the table, what are the constants you give throughout the columns? So tell me now.
Oh, you name primary key.
Who is this Dinesh Raipa?
Dinesh, sir.
Okay, where is Raipa?
I am also here only, sir.
Tell me, what is it? Is it a primary key or you say it's unique or not?
Primary key only.
Okay, what for not name?
Not null.
Okay.
Names are not null.
For salary?
Not null.
Name not null.
Okay. That's yeah. Designation?
Not null.
How about mobile number?
Not null.
Prime.
Okay. See,
Yeah,
not
it
null
can
we
be
can,
both. Primary key.
only one can be given, right?
Yeah.
Primary key. So there is a possibility of husband and wife are joined together, and wife doesn't have a mobile right now. Right?
Uh-huh.
So
Not.
for two people, same mobile number can come, or there is a possibility that very below poverty line people are joined in some. I'm not talking about the only corporate companies. Very mediocre family people who have completed or just completed 10th or 12th. They don't have the money to afford the mobiles also. In such cases, if I put not null here, they must be the mobile number, right? So we must give an option where mobile number can be entered after few days, right? So in such cases, there will be no constraints here. Okay, we can pass the unique values also. We can pass the null values also, right?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Unique and no. It should be not null.
Not,
Sir.
it should
Not
be
null.
nothing. No not
Yes.
null, no unique.
Yeah.
But what about data joining?
Not null.
Unique.
Okay,
Unique.
unique. Who should be? Who should unique? Please tell me the name.
Dinesh, sir. Sir, it can be, it's a primary key itself, sir.
See, only one primary key has to be given in one column. I told you. Okay,
Oh, okay.
that you have to use. So if you cannot use one more primary key, you are told unique. IAPA has said not null. Okay, let's talk about this since both opinion different. If you say unique, the date of joining, let's say today I have entered a date here. if somebody joined tomorrow, I won't be able to enter this date because it's a
Okay,
unique
fine.
concept, right?
Okay. I thought
Any,
date of
yeah,
okay.
right? So it's
Yes.
not null. Landline number,
No
Mm,
constant.
no constant, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Then, so, what about email?
Unique.
Same, no constant.
Not null. No, sir. Let's tell if it is unique, there is a possibility that person doesn't have email, official email. Okay, so they will keep it blank for 1 or 2 days, then they will enter it. This is what happens in every company. If you say not null, the email has to create on the first day itself. That is not happening in most of the cases. So unique is the right answer here. What about PF number?
PF number unique and
Why?
not null because PF number are different. It's like E number
Hmm.
only. No?
Hmm.
For every employee number, it will be different PF number.
Yes. So only unique, right?
Yeah.
When you join as a fresher, you will not be having the PF number for a month, right? Only after
Okay.
once you get the salary, you will get the PF number. So until that, it will be a blank. Once you get the PF number, they will enter it. So unique. Every person has a different number.
PF number.
Tell me about bank number.
Bank number. Bank number unique.
Okay. Unique. If I say unique, and let's say husband and wife has joined together, she doesn't have bank account number. She wants to give the husband bank account number only to the company. In such cases, I won't be able to enter the two bank accounts, right?
Okay. Not null.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Not null if you say, okay, a person has joined as a fresher, he doesn't have mobile to even buy a mobile, the money to buy a mobile. Of course, there is not possibility that he has bank account number, or he has some bank account number, which company doesn't pay there. Like he has some SBI account number, and the company want only HDFC bank account number because we have account associated there. In such cases, what he will do? Not null means he must enter.
No constraints.
Yes, here it's no concept. That's the right move. You enter, guys.
Male unique. Not null.
Who said unique? If
Not
you say
null, sir.
unique, only one person
No,
has, only males, all males has to enter.
Not null,
Only
sir.
I understood, I'm just telling you. Just I'm allowed to make some jokes, right?
Yeah.
Address,
Yes, it's like no constraint
why?
because husband and wife or 5
So
people.
even if 5 people living at one place, so they will enter the address, right?
Yeah.
They cannot keep it blank. That's a background verification will come, many things will be there. So
Yeah.
not none. So they must enter the address. There is a possibility of duplication. That's good. That is fine. You can have the 10 duplicate addresses, 10 different people from the same family can work together, but it cannot be blank,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Understood this? If you're not understood this particular thing, please let me know. I can explain it once again. This is also used for your project, guys. Which kind of constraint to use in your projects? Not only now, even in the 7th semester, 8th semester, final projects, when you're using it, this kind of information is useful for you. Am I right?
7.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you're not understood.
Email, sir. Email you can give non-constant.
In the email,
Hmm.
in the
Wife and
email,
husband.
sorry?
Wife and husband have only one email.
See, when you go for the
Lemon.
companies, corporate companies. So they give you their own emails, right? Like if I'm working in a Capgemini, I do have harshal.b@capgemini.com. If my wife comes with me, let's say her name is from x.capgemini.com, right? So everybody will be given a different email, no matter whether it's husband or wife. It's a company email, right? They will not take it personally. No communication will be made to a personal email in the corporate sector, right? So the moment you join, they keep it blank. They will not enter any values here because it accepts null values. After a few days, they will come up with the actual email. Let's say he got placed in Infosys, dinesh.infosys.com, right? If you got placed in TCS, TCS.com. Let's say wife has also come. I don't know what to call her. Let's say some actor name only. TCS.
So TCS. You work in Infosys, sir?
I'm just giving an example here.
No, sir. I'm just asking, sir.
I'm working in Capgemini, right? Don't tell it to anyone. I'm not supposed to disclose.
Okay, fine, sir. Fine.
This is how it happens. Did you understand this email part?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yeah. So let's work on this part. If you understood. Now tell me the constraints from first.
Flight number.
The flight, I'll tell you the background story of this. This is a person who is issuing the tickets. Okay, one lady is sitting at the counter. The moment you pay the money, she will put your flight number. The flight number can be, let's say you are traveling to AirAsia. AA101 is the flight number. Seat number can be 22W. Window seat. Journey date is today. You are taking the flight today. I will have to press the time also. If it's a domestic flight, okay, for their reference, they will tell the flight. The flight is going for the first time, right? If it is from Bangalore to Chennai, the flight can go multiple times between Bangalore to Chennai, right? If it is an international flight, it goes only once because the international flight timings are like more than 10. So domestic flight, if it's a morning flight, they will put as a 1. The time is 9:02. Departure from BMG, Bangalore. BMG. And this is the data you generally get there. Okay. So I want you to tell the constraints, okay, while designing this particular software. What is the constraint?
Unique.
Unique here. Okay.
Primary.
Asia. By database for Asia. Yeah. So unique. Then seat number.
Primary key.
Okay. Then we keep telling man, just put it. Then we'll
Not
see.
null. Not null.
None. Okay.
Trip also. Trip is unique. No. No constraints.
No constraint. Okay.
No. Yeah. No. It's no constraints.
Okay.
It's not null.
same.
What is same? Not null.
Not null,
Okay.
not null.
Okay, this is the final. Let's evaluate on your answer. If you put primary key here, 22W4. Okay, this field can never be allocated again in the database. Okay, think from the backend data, how it works. And if you put unique here, let's consider flight has traveled from Bangalore to Chennai. Bangalore to Chennai, flight has traveled. Okay. From Chennai, it has again came back. Chennai to Bangalore, it came back now. The next time when person is entering a data, AA_101 will not accept because we have put the unique here. It will not accept the duplicate record. So if you put this, according to you, flight can travel only once in its lifetime. Cannot travel again.
Then no
Understood?
Not
No
null.
constraint. By
Not
mistake.
null.
Okay, not null. Okay, fine, not null can be accepted. Then this.
Even this is not null.
Not null. Okay. Let's. By mistakenly you are traveling into AA101. Ayappa is traveling into AA102.
It's the same.
I'll tell you. Not null, not null, not null. Yeah. By mistakenly, while traveling, the entering person, what he does, he puts a space. Okay, he doesn't put any space, he just skips it. By mistakenly. Okay? And they save it. It will save. Because not null. Not null is not there. Not null, not null, not null. With no constraint. Let me tell you. This is also a challenge. Let me think for a minute how we can face challenge here. See, you are told not null, not null, not null. That is good. But in an industry, this is not how it works, guys. Yeah. There should be something, I told you about the primary key and foreign key. Remember? Yeah? Primary key, you have to put the primary key so that that can be referred to the foreign key to the other databases which is available. What are the other databases available? The other databases can be a fare, that is a date for flight, right? And the inside databases, fuel consumptions. Right? This table generally gets connected with this table, right? This has to get connected with this table to make the calculations. So to make the easy calculations, we have come up with the term called composite primary key. Okay? You have made it not null, not null, not null. That is okay. This kind of data this can go now. Okay? We can enter the data, not an issue. Okay? So what will happen? I'll tell you in such cases. This is the first data entered here. Okay, and first trick. By mistakenly, this is entered for Dinesh. Ayappa also came. By mistakenly, that entry who is making entry, he put the same record here. Right? My mistake. Okay. You both receive the tickets with the same flight number, same window seat, same date, same trip. You both go on the flight. What will happen? You both start fighting for the same seat. Right? To avoid this kind of confusions, we have come up with the term called composite primary key. No? Let's learn about the composite primary key, then we will come back here. Did you understand what will be the challenge if everything is not here? The same date can be, all three together can be copied. So the two tickets can be printed with the same data. Are you getting my point? Two tickets can be printed with the same data, then there will be again confusion.
Yes, sir.
I think you have not got the point. Did you get it?
Two tickets cannot be no, sir.
See, the kind of constants you are given here, not null, not null, not null. Okay, I have entered this value for the first. By mistake, I can enter this second value with the same date. Can I do it or not? Even with deliberation, even if I want to create some confusion, let's say he had a fight with the employer and he want to create a confusion in the flight. So what he will do, he will enter the same details again and he will issue one more ticket. Can you do this? If you
No,
want
sir.
to. If you want, I want to do it. I want to create a confusion in the flight. Again,
Okay.
now already ticket has come up in this format. To create a confusion, I will put this. I'll put one more A001. Same ticket I'll put to create the confusion. There is a possibility of doing this, right?
Yes, sir.
If somebody wants it.
Okay.
Hmm?
And do
Just
it.
take a
Yes, sir.
normal example. If somebody wants to create a confusion, he can make a confusion here by creating the same data. So to avoid this, we have a composite primary key. The composite primary key, what it does, it's a primary key which involves more than one column. All 3 or 4 columns together will make the composite key. Let's go to the SQL and learn. Create table, Air Asia, like, okay. What are the columns? Flight number. Underscore number, then Y factor, because characters are changed. W date, underscore and date. That will be more than 10 trips sometimes. Time, this also comes in date. City name can be different. Okay. Now to create the, so we forgot all the constants. Now Yeah. That's it. Now for the composite primary key, primary key, what are taken like so let's describe it. So since I use primary key here for 4 columns, already null constant has come with the unique constraints. Okay? So if I try to pass any unique values, the same values I'll try to pass here. I can pass the time here also. You see it. Okay? Time is always about this state. Okay? Because they are booking the ticket now. Whenever they are booking the ticket, they have to pass the time now. So we have to make a modification here in this table. So we have to delete the time thing. Tell me the syntax, how to drop the column. Hmm? This is right or not? Hmm? Are you understanding why I used this state? Guys, did you understand why I used this state?
Even drop, sir.
Sys date. I used here sys date. This is the flight number according to this. Then this is the seat number. Then here instead of journey date, instead of putting the date, I used this system date. Okay, because whenever we are booking the ticket, it has to automatically take
Yeah.
system date.
Yeah, system. Correct.
Right? Then time I am removing it just to avoid the confusion for us. The departure, let's say it is departing from Bangalore, going to Chennai. Tell me what is the error? What kind of error I have made here? Hmm. You are not practicing. I have used here 6 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why they have given only 5 here? That's why it is not taken. Versus let's fine. This is the value. If I try to enter the same value again, this is the backend trick. Values I have entered here. Which database you are using, Ayappa? For me, it is not taking. It is taking the same value. It is not supposed to take. Mine is very old database. I have to open it. Dinesh? See, in my database, it's an old database. It is not taking. You try this particular thing. Okay. All these together as a composite primary key, and it should not accept. Okay. I will have to update my system, to be honest. It is accepting now. And let me know.
Sir, I'll
So
tell
at
you.
least you understood the concept here, how composite primary key works. And like same composite primary key, we have composite unique key also. Okay. What primary key does? It will not allow the not null and unique, but composite unique keys, it will allow the not null values, but it will not allow the unique. And composite primary key and primary keys. Primary key is required to assign more than one column, and we can input 32 columns. Okay? I have used 4 columns here. We can use 32 columns. Primary key is also like same. So composite unique key is the same. The primary key is required to assign for more than Did you understand, guys?
Sir.
Little tricky. Little tricky even to explain for me because it's offline, online. It's online. Anything, any challenges you faced, please ask me. I'll explain it once again.
I'll try to continue tomorrow.
Any challenges here? Understanding this concept? Understood?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
If you understood, then we'll go for the normalization and denormalization. I'll just tell you the concept. Tomorrow we'll work on that.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we always work on this table, have you ever wondered, is there anything extended version to this? Only 10 doesn't signify anything, right? There is a department table also available. So I'll tell you in a very simple term what is normalization and what is denormalization. For that you'll understand why it is used. So now this is my actual table. This is something we refer, and this is with information. Like if I'm saying department number 10, their department name is accounting, location is New York. I can have something more here also. Like, country also I can have. Like USA. If I need something instead of New York, if it is Delhi, I can have it India. So this is something, the whole table. But if you see here, the total cells used, let's not go on the bytes and bits. That's been a very regular term. Total cells used 45. 45 cells are used. So what are the things I can do to reduce these things? I can create one more table here. Let's see, the table is here. This is a reference table. If one pops up, the account detail, the department name details, location details, I will save in a different table and I will delete this. Okay? I will delete this. So now the total space used is 14 plus 15. Earlier it was using 45, now it is using 14 plus 15. You can see in a very small table only, there is a difference of 16 cells. And when the records are in the crores or in the lakhs, there will be huge saving of space. Right? If there is a record in the lakh, I can save almost like 20,000 cells. And if you convert that into some bytes or some MBs, you understand how much space is saved. Right? And this particular concept is called normalization and denormalization. This particular thing you are able to see now, the values, duplicate values. These are the duplicate values, right? These are all duplicate values. You can say these three are duplicate values. These four are duplicate values. These are the duplicate values. And if I remove this, I am reducing the duplicate values. This particular concept is called normalization. What is denormalization? Denormalization is something where all the duplicate values are with the table. This is denormalization. Any challenges understanding this? I told in a very layman terms. Normalization is technique for database design which use redundant data or to avoid the duplicates or the duplicate data. Denormalization technique of combining the data into single table. Please tell me, this is a very important thing. Do you understand normalization and denormalization?
Yes, sir. Deleting duplicate values.
Yeah, so the duplicates are there. So when the duplicates are there, it is taking so much of space here. instead of defining all this, I will just remove the columns. I'll just remove the columns in the database and I'll create one more table. And I can, by using joins, I can join it. Once I join it, I'll be able to see the whole table. In such cases, what happens? So much of data is saved. So much of space is saved for the companies. And crores of reports are loading every day. You can use very less space and store more data by using the technique of normalization. If you use in every database, every Ayappa, I didn't hear your voice. Did you understand this? What is normalization and denormalization? This is the actual statement, but this is how it works. Ayappa,
Okay, sir.
not okay,
Sir,
understood, not understood. So, once since you understood this, we'll work on parent-child relationships and foreign key from tomorrow. Okay?
yes, sir.
Yeah? Use the concepts of primary key.
There's no code for demoralization, normalization and
Sorry?
demoralization. There's no code for normalization.
I didn't understand the come once again.
Sir, like key or what, sir? Like primary key or something. You have to mention it or what, sir? For normalization and denormalization.
Yes, yes. You have to mention that.
Syntax. I mean,
That
I'm
will
asking
be-
the syntax.
No, no, that will, no, we don't have to mention anything. This is just a theoretical concept. Okay. This is very theoretical. This is my whole data, okay, inside the database, but it is taking so much of space. That's why I deleted these two columns. Okay. After deleting these two columns, I'm creating one more table here. And now I will see how we can join this. Okay, how this can be related, how this table can be used as a parent and child, how this table can be joined by using joins. The joins are like many joins are inner join, left join, right join. That is something we'll work on the coming sessions. This is the actual SQL, even in the laboratory. This is used in the labs. You guys are working on data structures now in your daily classes.
Not data structures. SQL.